Okay, new plan. My original plan was to, at time of wanting to work on my Z, was going to be to take the Sentra and put it in the front yard for temporary measures, and then just push the Z back into the garage. And then when I was done, push the Z back outside and put the Sentra back inside the garage. The reason why I was going to do it this way is because it is July in South Florida, which means we get storms and hurricanes. And what I didn't want to happen is to run into a situation where I've got this car apart to the point where it doesn't move anymore and this car is stuck outside in a storm. I really didn't want to deal with that. But perhaps against my better judgment, there's no active storms really happening in the Atlantic right now, and I'm keeping an eye on it, but that could change at any minute, and probably will change. But what I'm going to do is take the Sentra and put it right here under the outdoor cover and the tire and wheel covers that I have for it, like I did when I was working on the hardware for Project Z back there. And this will go outside under the cover right here, out of the way, off to the side where nothing moves, just where my toolbox is. And the door will pretty much be closed anyway. And then my 72 will be inside next to my 71. And I will start disassembling it inside the garage in the comfort of the AC. This will allow me to work on the car easily, even after work. I'm hoping that the weather allows me to tear that thing apart relatively quickly, and then I can figure out what to do with the non-movable shell once I get the car completely torn apart for the hardware and other bits. And then I can leave this outside, bring the table inside and my bench grinder with the wire wheel on it so that I can get the hardware prepped and send it back out for plating. Now, I've already got a handful of parts that I know are specific to the 240Z set off to the side here. Some parts that are not 240Z related separated over here. And in the totes out here and in these piles, I'm still separating things. Still have to go through them, figure out what is 240, what is 280Z, and what can I set aside for later. So this will all be a project for a later date, but at the meantime, I'm gonna air up the tires on this, roll it down the driveway slightly, get my Sentra out of the garage, put it right here, get it under cover, secure the covers really well like I had it last year with the weatherproof outdoor covers. And then I'm going to roll this inside the garage, get it up on jack stands, and probably move the rest of that stuff either inside the garage here with me, which would make it really tight in here, or figure out a way to restack my shed to put some of that stuff in. That would be like playing Jenga at this point. The shed is pretty much packed. But that's my plan now, and I'm going to execute it now. Okay, got the Sentra outside and covered, just like it was about a year ago. I'm going to put some more bungee cords on this just to make sure it's extra secure during the bad rains we get in the summertime down here. And I'm going to give my floor a bit of a clean. And while my floor dries, I'm going to vacuum out the inside of the 240 the best I can, just to kind of get rid of any nastiness and make sure that I got rid of the gear oil smell already. I had to wash out the spare tire well because it was dumped with gear oil from the transmission being back there. So I'm trying to make it as nice as I can to put it in the garage before I start tearing into it. Updates to come. So I've been working outside here for about maybe 3 hours, 3.5 hours now, something like that. And this is why I put the AC unit in my garage. I am dying. I am soaked through. My shorts, my shirt, everything. Completely soaked through. And I want to show you something. If you look here, 98 degrees Fahrenheit inside my garage. That's out of the sun. The sun creeps this way towards the front of my house and pounds on the front of my house in the evening. And it's just making its way inside my garage door now, which is going to even make it get hotter. So if I had to give a word of advice, don't live in a place where the weather tries to kill you. It really kills your motivation to do anything and makes it very unpleasant to just exist outside. That's real, folks. That is real. See it creeping in? Right there. It's coming for me. Oh, I'll give you a little bit of progress update on the 240Z move. As you can see here, I went in my shed and dug out my giant jack stands to put the car on. Those are the same ones that you saw my 71 sitting on. Gets the car nice and high up off the ground. I've put the 240Z inside the garage here after vacuuming it out and cleaning the spare tire well. I got some of its parts and extra parts over here moved into the garage. Doesn't really leave me much working space, so I'm going to have to figure out what to do with all that stuff as time goes on. But oddly enough, it looks like this car has a 260Z bumper on the front of it, like a early 74 260Z, where it has those slightly larger overriders and a 240Z-ish style bumper bar itself. This car has had some very, very, very interesting things done to it over the years, and I am going to go over all of it with you here soon. But I am dying because of the heat and humidity down here, and I'm probably not going to do anything else the rest of the day except for sit inside and relax, because I am absolutely spent. I also never thought I'd see the day where I have two Datsun 240Zs in my garage, a 71 and a 72. Very interesting times. Okay, well, as always, everybody, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.